Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and welcome to another episode of what I'm reading and watching. This is the weekly show where I talk about the manga and anime that I've read over the past week. As usual, in the description below you can find a list of everything that I will be talking about and the times that correspond to the video so you can choose what you want to watch. Now, starting off as usual, we have Toriko, chapter 324. Now, a few weeks ago I said I was done with this series, I didn't like it anymore. Right after I said that, it started to become good again. So this was a good chapter. There was a lot of information. This was a very dialogue heavy chapter, trying to get all the information out of the way. So I guess they can focus on finding the food, and all the plot is being taken care of. So you know why they're trying to find it, and it is really interesting, and I have gotten interested in Toriko again, and it's been a long time since I've been interested in this series, so that's a plus. And I'm also wondering, once they get all the food for, they complete the full course meal of that guy, I forget his name, is this going to be the end of the series? That's one thing that I'm wondering. And the other thing that I was thinking about during the chapter was just about Komatsu and just how excited I am for what he is going to be doing this chapter, because he's going to be doing something different from Toriko, Coco, Sunny, and Zebra. He's going to be doing something completely different. Did I just hold up 5 fingers? There's only four of them. So yeah, that's it for Toriko. Pretty good chapter. Next up is Bleach, chapter 627. There was a great double page. Well, okay. There were some double page spreads, not color, just regular black and white, that were really good. And it just reminds me that Taikubo, his art can be really good. When Bleach started, his art wasn't that good. Like if you see here, it's not that good, but it changed. His art has gotten a lot better, and sometimes he does these very cartoony styles when he's making jokes and there's nothing serious going on. But when the story is serious, like it's about to get, the art can be really good, and I like seeing that. Now, this is just another sort of transition chapter. Nothing really happened, kind of a boring chapter. The only thing you could possibly take away from this is that Ichigo is growing up and he's becoming more of a leader, and it was brought up by Ganjin in this chapter, so that's the only real thing that happened. Next up is One Piece, chapter 787. There was a great title page in this, one of Oda's title pages where someone sends him a request and he draws that. I really liked it because it took me a while to realize what it was and how it fit the description, so it's pretty cool. Interesting composition. Now on to the actual chapter. This was a really great chapter. So many things are happening now. Luffy is like trying to recover. Sabo is fighting. Zolo is being awesome. I don't want to give away what Zolo's doing, but I am rooting for him. I hope he is able to accomplish this. And can Zolo use Haki? It looked like in the chapter he was doing that. He turned his hands all black and his swords look darker than usual. Am I missing something, or has he been able to use that, or am I like out of my mind? I might be out of my mind. And I can't wait for the next chapter. The climax of this arc is almost here. And I'm also interested to see what's going on with like Name and Sanjin, I think Chopper, because I believe they went off like months ago. I think Luffy said, take the boat, go to another island. I forget where he said to go, but they're somewhere else, so I want to know what they're doing. I bet they will be in trouble. Next up is Nisekoi, chapter 117. There was a color page here. Very interesting, and that's the best way I can describe it. This was a very sweet chapter. I never really liked Marika, but after reading this chapter, I like her a little bit more. And there's a little cliffhanger at the end, if you want to call it that. There's some more, I don't know what you would call it, darkness, or like they plant more seeds of doubt in your mind. Now Shikomi, he's making you doubt how Marika and like what her health is. And I don't think we're going to get any more information about that for a while, if ever. I bet next chapter will just be another girl and she will get her time to shine. I would like to see, like, Haruna or Paula McCoy. I'd like to see one of those girls, not one of the, like, quote unquote main girls. Because they haven't appeared in a while, and I think that would be really, really interesting. Of course, I'd love to see Raku confess to any girl, but we all know that is not going to happen. Okay, next up is Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 119. This was a great chapter, and Soma has so many awesome lines in this chapter, so many awesome moments. It's hard to pick, you just have to go and read them. And there are some pages in here that just blow my mind. The art is incredible, and every single time I read Shokugeki no Soma, I forget how good the art is, and I'm always amazed. Like, every single panel is beautiful. It's not like Bleach, where some of the art's really good on one page, then the next page it's really bad. Every panel in Shokugeki no Soma is fantastic. Even the little cartoon faces when Soma's like joking around, those are all really, really good. And I love the Council of 10. The character designs are so cool. That's probably what I love about them. And they're also just interesting characters, and I can't wait for Soma to get his shot at some of these Council of 10s. I can't wait till he has like a food battle, food war, or just like anything, because they have to recognize his ability, because Soma, he should be in the Council of 10. He is that good. Next up is My Hero Academia, chapter 43. This was the final match of the first year hero something tournament thing with I butcher their names every single time. The half fire, half ice guy, and Bakugo, the explosion guy that's Midoriya's classmate from middle school, childhood friend. This chapter was great. The first few pages were incredible, great action. The panels were drawn out really well and reminded me of Dragon Ball Z, because like the action was so well done, so well choreographed that it was easy to follow what was going on. That's not always the case in battle manga. So it was good, but the ending was not what anybody expected. It was almost a letdown, but when you look a little bit deeper into it, I think the significance of the ending is going to carry on and push the story forward. And I think looking back on this ending will maybe be a key point in these characters' psychological decisions. Does that make sense? In their psyche and in their like decisions and the way they approach life. So I think this ending, even though it's not what I wanted like a 2, 3, God knows how many chapters, like slugfest and like epic fight. This isn't what I expected, and I'm interested to see where the story is going to go from here. And I kind of like this. I love the unexpected happening, and this is definitely unexpected. So check out My Hero Academia. Next up is Haikyuu, chapter 158. A really awesome double page spread, double color page. Only one character, very muted colors, but very, very cool. This is a good chapter, but there's never a lot to talk about here. I mean, it was a very close competitive game, and what I did write down was something that's going on with Tsukishima, the tall blonde guy that wears glasses that's really good at blocking. He now wears sports glasses. Tsukishima. I think he's going to shine in the next chapter. I wouldn't be surprised if he blocks, what was his name, Ushijama's spikes, if he blocks the Ace's spikes on the other team, because he is so focused now, and I felt like this game they focused a lot on him. So many of the chapters have been focused on him. He's gotten a lot of time up before the match of his training with other teams, learning how to block properly, and he is frustrated that he can't stop these spikes. So I predict next chapter he's going to be the one to stop this incredible spike by the other team. Other than that, Not really much to talk about. They showed the coach for the other team, but that didn't really interest me that much. Next up is one of my favorite mangas of like the last month or two, Black Clover Chapter 14. This was a great chapter. Asta and Yuna are so cool. They are like some of the coolest characters out right now. There was a double page spread, if you could call it that, that just had two images, two separate images, but the way they worked together in the context of the story, it made it look like a double page spread. These two characters are so cool. They're like rivals, but they're also best friends. They would hang out together and just like chat and have dinner together. Naruto and Sasuke, even though they were rivals and eventually at the end friends, they even now they would never hang out and like have ramen together or something. Asta and Yuna are friends but rivals. It's a very different relationship and just a great chapter. There's an intriguing new character from the other kingdom, the Diamond Kingdom, and I'm always interested in this kingdom because I want to know if this is going to relate to some further plot development with like more arcs in like other sort of countries, the way Full Metal Alchemist had other countries that influenced the country where Edward Elric and Alfonso and all the main characters lived. So I love this series. The art is so good. I love Black Clover. I really wish they would have print volumes because I would buy those. Black Clover is just incredible. Next up is Naruto, the 7th Hokage in the Scarlet Spring, chapter 700 plus 4. This was a great chapter. There were a lot of great chapters this week. This chapter has like everything. There's some action, there's some cool double page spreads, some awesome art, then there's humor, and then there's a cliffhanger. Just incredible things right there. Naruto, incredible double page spread, incredible action, and very reminiscent. This chapter, a lot of things harken back to like the war, like the Seventh Wars, things that we haven't seen in a while, and even further back to like some of the original Naruto back in like the Chunin exam where you had all this flood of new characters from the different team like Shikamaru, Kiba, Hinata, Shino, all those other gaining characters back then. It harkens back to that time, probably around like volume 8 or 9, back when people loved Naruto and said it was the greatest thing ever. So it really made you remember the old Naruto. And Naruto has grown up a lot. He's become so dependable. And in this chapter, he does show he still has a sense of humor, and he is funny. But he has grown up a lot, and that's really great to see. And Choji's daughter, why? She is bugging me. I wish she would shut up. I don't know why she's there. She hasn't really done anything. But I'm hoping that Kishimoto has a special reason for her being there, like some sort of plot reason. But we'll just have to wait and find out. And this chapter ends with a great cliffhanger, and it's just I can't wait till the next chapter. Okay, next up, let's continue with the manga, and we're gonna go with Jumpstart. Jumpstart is the thing that the Weekly Shonen Jump in America's Weekly Shonen Jump does when they bring over the new series from Japan. These new series get 3 chapters before the viewers in America get to vote and decide which series they want to stay in Jump. Black Clover was the one that won last time, so that's why it's in Jump. And now the 2 series that are premiering in this Jumpstart are Straighten Up, Welcome to Shika High's Competitive Dance Club by Takuma Yokata, and Devilyman by Kentari Fukuda. Now, Straighten Up had its final chapter, Chapter 3. I don't like this series. I'm sorry. I think the art is bad. It doesn't interest me. I don't think it's interesting in general, and nothing has happened in the first 3 chapters. And I said last week, I don't think this series is going to make it very far in Jump. Not a lot has happened in these first 3 chapters. Usually in stories where they have like a club, by the end of the first chapter, the characters decided, I'm going to go to this club. It has taken 3 chapters. Nothing incredible has happened. So I can't get on board with this. This is one of the worst things I've read in a long time. Now, Devilyman Chapter 1 made up for it. Devilyman is fantastic. The art is very cute. It's not like incredible. It's not bad. It's decent. It's okay. It's cute. The color pages were really nicely done, so I enjoyed that. Now, the basic premise to Devilyman is there's a devil named Madogura, Madogua, and then there's a kid named Erutaria who is 7 years old. A 7-year-old kid, and the premise is about this devil. He has to come from the devil realm or whatever. They weren't too specific. The devil kingdom, I think they called it, into the human world. And he has to make 1 billion yen before the next collection day. They didn't specify how long that would be before he can go back to the hell, devil kingdom, whatever I said it was. And only people that have an evil mind can see this devil. And he's not a scary devil. He's very, very funny looking. You have to... I will have a picture on the side somewhere so you can see what he looks like. But he's not scary at all. Very funny. And the way he gets money is he signs a contract with people, and in exchange for some money every year for the rest of their lives, he gives them a power. And the power this devil gives, this main character, Madagui whatever, I can't speak Japanese if that's not clear already, is you get to see people's sins when you shake their hand. So this 7-year-old gets that power. And this is a 7-year-old, and he turns out to be very, very evil, and the series just goes on from there. A lot of people were commenting on the website that this is like Death Note, but humor. This is like sort of a humorous version of Death Note. It's very dark. They're sort of like devils and shinigamis, and a kid that is very messed up. Light wasn't messed up at the beginning, but towards the end he was kind of messed up. But I love the series so far. The first chapter has been better than all 3 chapters of Straighten Up. This is an incredible series, and I want to keep reading this. I don't know how much depth or how long the series can be, because I don't see how you can continue this for very long and make it funny. But the first chapter was great, so I'm really looking forward to the second chapter that will be coming up next week. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, I know this has been a very long video, but I've been watching a very incredible anime, probably the best anime I've watched ever, and it is my teen romantic comedy as wrong as I expected. People call it snafu and other things like that. I am on the second season. I've watched the first season. I've seen the first 7 episodes of the second season, and this is just an incredible anime. I've never seen an anime that is so deep. I have to go online to find a website and like read what's going on, almost like a in-depth spark notes of each episode, because there's so much I don't get. But it's such an incredible series. Hachiman, he is such a cool character, such an interesting character, and this is, my friend and I were discussing it. The difference between this and Nisekoi is I don't care which girl he winds up with, because believe it or not, this is supposed to be a romance series. Yukino and Yui, I like both of them. I like Yui a little bit more. She's very, very cute, very like straightforward, and I don't know, I just like that more. Yukino, she has a chip on her shoulder. She's the more interesting character out of the 2. I like both of them, but Yui's what if I had to pick. And there are so many other characters. Saka Totsuka, he's the tennis player that's a guy that Hachiman kind of has a crush on because he looks like a girl. I just wanted to bring him up because he's such... Every moment that Hachi has with him is so funny, and I'm just enjoying all those moments. And then Hayato Hayama, he's also one of my favorite characters. He also is very interesting. This anime is filled with interesting characters that are just hard to describe. They all have their unique personalities, and all the problems seem so simple, but they're so hard in the way Hachiman solves it. This series is incredible. You have to watch this anime. I love this. I'm considering buying like the light novels or the DVDs. This series is so good. And with that, I wrap up another fantastic episode of what I am reading and watching. I hope you keep watching all my videos, and stay tuned for more incredible content.